It's time for Go Figure. We all know you shouldn't bite your nails. It's impolite and dirty, and they belong in toolboxes with the hammer. Fingernails aren't so bad, but the metal kind are so pointy. Of course, just because you can't eat them doesn't mean nobody can. Question, what animal can digest a steel nail? Stick around and we'll tell you. What animal can digest a steel nail? You'd think it would be some sort of hardware-chomping monster. But this guy likes to eat things with bones and hooves and other hard, nasty stuff. Yes, no animal can digest like the crocodile. Crocs need that kind of digestion because they can't chew. Go figure. It's time for Go Figure. Ben Franklin never liked the bald eagle and even called it lousy.
It's lousy.
But that wasn't enough to keep Congress from choosing the bald eagle as America's emblem.
Nay.
Question, what was Ben Franklin's choice for the national bird? Stick around and we'll tell you. What was Ben Franklin's choice for the national bird? Instead of the bald eagle, old Ben was partial to a bird he called much more respectable and a true American, the wild turkey. Unlike our Thanksgiving bird, this turkey is slim and can fly. It may not be as pretty as the bald eagle, but maybe Ben was sensitive about the bald thing. Go figure. It's time for Go Figure. There have been mice and cats and dogs and rats, newts, monkeys and chimps, flies, tortoises, shrimps, guinea pigs, bees, and leopard frogs, and something called a mummy chog, which I'm told is a very small fish, but one of them had to be first. Question, what was the first living creature to orbit Earth? Stick around and we'll tell you. What was the first living creature to orbit Earth? Before they put people in space, they wanted to make sure it was possible to survive. In 1957, a Russian dog named Laika was the first Earthling to orbit us. 11 years earlier, we sent a bunch of fruit flies into space without orbiting, which just goes to show even space attracts flies. Go figure. It's time for Go Figure. Instead of the same old stuff, how about a little change, as in pocket change? Like, did you know a penny may look like it's all copper, but is really mostly zinc? All that zinc and copper and stuff goes into making a lot of coins. So question, overall, how many coins are made a year? Stick around and we'll tell you. How many coins are made a year? A whole bunch. Last year, the U.S. Mint made more than 12 billion coins, equaling practically $1 trillion. If we divided those coins evenly among all Americans, we'd each get about $3.06. But don't even think about getting it until you finish your chores. Go figure. It's time for Go Figure. So your mom or somebody tells you you'd lose your own head if it weren't attached, and that's supposed to be a bad thing, because after all, you'd look pretty funny with no head, and you'd bump into stuff, and pizza sure wouldn't be the same. But it's not like that for cockroaches. Question, how long can a cockroach live without its head? Stick around and we'll tell you. So the question is, how long can a cockroach live without its head? See, the thing is, it's not a lack of brains that does them in the end. Without a mouth, they just can't get enough water. How long can a headless cockroach survive? Up to 10 days. Maybe that's why they've been around 280 million years. Go figure. It's time for Go Figure. Sometimes you just don't want to take a bath, so the old trick is to put on pajamas and get the soap wet. It almost never works, but you can't blame a king for trying. Did I say king? I meant to say kid, because there was this one king who hardly even pretended to bathe. Question, how many baths did King Louis XIII take in his lifetime? Stick around and we'll tell you. How many baths did Louis XIII take in his lifetime? Louis became king at age 9. 9-year-old boys are not big on baths. Being king, Louis never had to grow out of it. In his life, Louis took just 5 baths, all unwillingly. Next came his son, Louis XIV, who took only 2. Kind of makes you stink, or think. Go figure. It's time for Go Figure. They say lightning never strikes the same place twice, but try telling that to the Empire State Building. Lightning strikes it about 100 times a year. The building was designed to attract lightning and safely deliver it to the ground where it belongs. Of course, it can't attract all lightning. Question, in the whole world, how often does lightning strike? Stick around and we'll tell you. How often does lightning strike? Funny thing is, lightning never quite reaches Earth. What happens is a cloud sends a bolt down while something tall like the Empire State Building sends another bolt up. We don't see it until the two meet somewhere in between. So how often does that happen on Earth? About 100 times per second. Go figure. It's time for Go Figure. The largest creature on Earth is the blue whale. A newborn weighs more than an elephant, and a grown-up can weigh as much as 2,000 people. That's twice as much as the largest dinosaur. But being the largest animal does not make it the largest living thing. Question, what is the largest living thing? Stick around and we'll tell you. What is the largest living thing? In Oregon, grow tiny mushrooms, which are all part of a single stringy underground fungus known as the honey mushroom. The largest one is bigger than 1,600 football fields. It could be as old as 7,000 years, so Earth's largest organism is also its oldest. Go figure.